Hi, this is Doron and I'm here to show you a quick game called Biblios. This game plays from 2 to 4, takes about 30 minutes, and age of 10 and up. It's essentially a bidding kind of a game. I'm not going to go over the theme, but it's basically building certain libraries with certain display or something like that. But these are colors representing certain resource or something like that, where at the end of the game, whatever displayed on the top is the victory points of that category. And it's being determined by, at the end of the game, everybody compares, for example, brown. If one player has, let's say, 4 brown, and that's more than anybody else's, how many they have, then he earns this die. And then another player earns this die, this guy earns this die. And what do you do at the end? You just add up the points that you have on your die, and whomever has the highest score wins the game. Now, during the course of the game, players will have the ability to change the values of the dice by either +1, or by -1. And they can decide to do it on any category, any resource that they choose. You start by having a value of 3 victory points at each of the categories. Now, the game is broken into 2 phases. The gift phase, where you get cards basically for free into your hand, and then the auction phase. Now, the way that it works, a player at his turn will reveal cards at the number of the players that are at the game. And what he does is he picks up 1 card at a time, and he has 1 out of 3 things that he can do. He can decide to keep this card either to himself, to add it to his hand, or add it to the auction pile, which is the second phase will get into action. And the third thing that they can do with that card, they can put it into the public. So let's imagine this is a 3-player game. So I pick up this card, I decide to keep it, and I'll go over the cards in just a minute. I pick up this card, I keep it, then I pick up the second one, I decide to give it to the public. And I pick up another one, I decide to keep this card for the auction phase, and it's all done face down. And the last card, I will have to put it in the public pile. So just to recap, in case I was not clear, 1 card will, and only 1 card will go into your hand, 1 card and only 1 card will go into the auction pile, and then the number of players -1, basically minus the active player. This is the number of the cards that you put here. And then the active player's turn is over, and what will happen, the next player will grab a card from here, and the other player takes the last card. And that's how it goes in the first phase. The first phase will be over as soon as this deck is depleted. Now, in the auction phase, what will happen? Let's imagine now this is the auction phase. You reveal a card, and then everybody has the ability to auction, to bid on cards, either by money cards that they have, or by spending a number of cards face down. For example, one player will bid 3 face down cards, another player will bid 5 face down cards, and so on until somebody wins. And this happens is when you reveal during the auction phase a money card, which is a card with a value on it, the only way to bid on it is with face down, and that's the only time where you can do face down cards. If you have a card with a certain value on it, like that, then you will have to auction using cards representing money from your hand. For example, I'll bid 3 gold, or I'll bid 5, and you show them face up, you discard them, and then you grab the card into your hand. So basically what happens is there is some minimal strategy, I guess, involved in this game, is to determine what cards you want to keep. For example, if you decide you want your hand to increase and have blue, as many as possible, you know, then then you go toward that strategy. You can also go towards the strategy of acquiring as much gold as possible, that during the auction phase you'll be able to purchase high value cards, or good cards, I should say high value card, because the numbers here of each resource, that's what adds up, etc. Now one card, and if I can find that, that's the King card, I think is called, and of course I can't find that now. Oh, there you go, one. Once this is acquired at any time during the gift phase or the auction phase, oops, sorry, let me just, let's see, focus on that one. Okay, so once this is acquired, it has, in this case, it has a value of -1 and 2 dice. So that player, once they acquired it, they have to play it immediately. Either if they acquired it during the gift phase or the auction phase, they have to play it immediately, and that's what it does. It gives that active player the ability to adjust 2 dice, in this case, value of -1. It has to be 2 separate dice. Now some other king cards have the value of +1, and they have like 1 or 2 dice that you can adjust. And some cards, I believe, will have the option, giving you the option to do a +1 or a -1, etc. So that's another way helping strategize. If you go in, for example, if you have, let's say, 5 blue cards, which total of value on them, let's say 7 or 8, and you said, okay, blue will be something that I'm aiming towards, and at any point of the game you see a king card with a value of +1, you bid on it to try and get it, and then adjust the blue to the number 4, and so on and so on. So that's basically the game. Very, very simple. I hope that I explained it well. I know I was rushing it through, and I hope I didn't make any mistake, but I tried to keep this video as short as possible, and that's it. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. This is definitely one of my favorite bid auction type of a game. If you like it, please like the video. I appreciate if you subscribe, and remember that sharing is caring. Thank you.